Level 1. The recruit. You're in a windowless room at a career fair, but it's not a booth, it's a borrowed office. The man across from you has no business cards. He knows your name, your GPA, that you speak Mandarin, that you spent a summer in Beijing. He knows things not on your resume. Have you ever considered government service? No job posting, no application. Just a question from a man who won't give his real name. You're 22, an international relations degree, $80,000 in debt. The private sector wants you to sell insurance. He's offering something he can't fully describe. Challenging, meaningful, secret. You say yes. Of course you say yes. The packet arrives. A 6-hour polygraph. Drugs, sex, debts, lies. You've lied. Everyone has. The machine says you're not lying now. Background investigators visit roommates, teachers, your ex, your parents' neighbors. Your mom calls confused. You can't explain. 6 months later, a letter. Report to Virginia. Tell no one. You tell friends you got a State Department desk job. The first lie of thousands. You just drew a line through your life, before this moment and after. The truth teller and the liar for a living. There's no going back.
Level 2. The trainee. The farm. 18 months in Virginia countryside with 30 others. Lawyers, veterans, linguists, ordinary-looking people who probably aren't. You learn to shoot, concealed draw, 2 rounds in under 2 seconds. Crowds, cars, darkness, dirty fighting, how to kill with your hands if necessary. But tradecraft is most of it. Surveillance detection, walking miles, knowing if you're followed, dead drops in brick gaps, under benches, in hollow rocks, brush passes that look like nothing, cover stories, fake identities, fake documents, fake references who answer the phone. You become someone else until the lies feel true. You learn to recruit assets, foreign nationals willing to betray their country. Mice, money, ideology, compromise, ego. Everyone has a motivation. Find it. 16-hour days. Instructors are retired case officers. They fail half the class. The interrogation exercise is the worst. A cell, bright lights, no sleep for 36 hours. Former military interrogators scream, threaten, try to break you. You hold. You give nothing. You leave different than you arrived. Deception and manipulation are now your tools.
Level 3. The case officer. First posting, a U.S. embassy under diplomatic cover. Your real office is the station. Your real boss, the chief of station. Your job? Recruit assets. You spot targets at receptions, conferences, clubs. Look for vulnerability. The drinking official, the passed-over officer, the scientist whose wife left. You find a target, a mid-level foreign ministry official, underpaid, pension cut. You engineer a meeting, drinks, a coincidental second meeting. Friendship develops. Months of dinners, sympathy, listening to his complaints. You study his habits, fears, ambitions. He thinks you're friends. You're a predator, learning to look like a companion. The pitch comes. I have friends who would value your perspective. They'd compensate you. You don't say spy or betray. He hesitates. He's scared. He says yes. You recruited your first asset, elation. And something darker. You manipulated a vulnerable person using his loneliness and pride. Every dinner was calculated. You were never his friend. You tell yourself you'll protect him. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's another lie.
Level 4. The operator. 3 years in. Harder target, better counterintelligence, multiple assets, each with separate channels, separate meeting protocols. Every meeting requires 2 hours of surveillance detection, walking, driving, ensuring no one watches. If they watch, your asset dies. No trial. A black van, a phone call a week later, or not even that. Your asset trusts you with their life, every meeting. Tradecraft isn't optional. It's the difference between home and a hole in the ground. You live a double life inside a double life. You lose track of which version is real. Relationships suffer. You can't explain late nights, sudden trips, the 3 a.m. phone. She leaves. They always leave. The loneliness is bone deep. You can't call your mom. You can't vent to friends. The only people who understand are in the station, and even with them you compartmentalize. Your assets produce good intelligence. Your name appears nowhere, but your work shapes foreign policy. One asset, a military officer, meets you shaking. His security service questioned him. They know. You calm him. You're not sure. You send an urgent cable, possible compromise, recommend extraction. Headquarters replies, wait, keep running him. You keep running him.
Level 5, the senior officer. A decade in, 3 postings, dozens of assets, commendations no one will ever read. You've never lost an asset. Now you run operations, teams, multi-country targets, nuclear proliferation, terrorism. You plan operations that take months. An operation goes wrong in a denied area. An officer with only a fake passport is picked up. You coordinate from headquarters. He's released after 72 hours. Not every story ends that way. You've been in rooms when the phone says 3 words, "Asset is compromised." 3 words meaning someone you recruited, who trusted you, is about to die. You feel the floor drop. Then you move on. There's always another operation. You got a cable once, 3 lines. Your best asset in a hostile country was arrested, tried, shot. 3 lines for a man who risked everything because you asked. You sat in a bathroom stall, head in hands. Then you went back to work. The mission continues. You don't have the luxury of grief. The hardest part is the normality. Dinner parties, small talk about wine, while in your mind you're running cables about imminent threats. Nobody knows. What do? Government consulting. Boring stuff. They believe you.
Level 6, the chief. Chief of station. Every spy, every asset, every operation runs through you. 10 officers or 50. You manage assets, liaison with host intelligence, politics. Headquarters wants more, ambassador wants less. You balance it all. Decisions carry lives. An asset reports a planned terrorist attack, credible but incomplete. Do you share intelligence with the host service? They might stop it or identify and kill your asset. You share selectively. The cell is disrupted. Your asset survives. No one thanks you. No one knows. The weight accumulates. You drink more, sleep less. Your second marriage fails like the first. The isolation is total. You are the loneliest person in every room. But the work matters. People are alive because of decisions you made. People are dead because of others. Both are true. You live with both. Headquarters has agendas. You're told to focus on terrorism. Your best asset reports nuclear proliferation. Redirect him. You push back. You lose. 6 months later, the nuclear program advances. The asset could have warned you. Nobody admits the mistake. You learn to cover yourself. It's not the job you imagined at 22, but it's the job.
Level 7, the ghost. 25 years, maybe 30, every continent, assets in countries that would have executed you, secrets classified for decades after your death. You know the real reasons war started. You retire, consulting, training, advising, but you never really leave. You still run surveillance routes to the grocery store. You still notice the car behind you for 3 turns. You can't turn it off. Your real name feels foreign. You spend more of your life being someone else. Without the mission, the silence is deafening. Hobbies, travel, every hotel lobby looks like a surveillance post. Every stranger's eye contact feels like a tale. A former colleague kills himself. Another drinks himself to death. You go to the funeral. Nobody talks about why. They don't have to. You think about the assets. Some still produce, some were compromised, some are dead. The one you lost, 3 lines. You carry them all. Nobody knows. Nobody will ever know. Was it worth it? Some days, yes. Some days the moral math doesn't balance. The assets you manipulated, the relationships you faked, the people you used. You sit in your living room. The TV is on. You're thinking about a park bench in a foreign city, a midnight meeting with a frightened man, the moment you convinced him to betray everything. You were good at it. You wonder if that's something to be proud of. The phone rings. Old number. We need your perspective. You should say no. When do you need me?
Once a year, retired officers meet in a private room. No name tags. You tell stories, sanitized, but the emotional truth comes through. The close calls, the assets you still think about, the ones you couldn't save. Someone raises a glass to the ones who didn't make it back. No medals, no certificates. Your neighbor thinks you worked at state. Your golf buddies think you're boring. Good, that's the point. You never leave. Nobody leaves. Once a spy, always a spy. You're still the person in the room who knows things no one else knows. You always will be.
That's the life, not the movies. Loneliness, deception, moral compromise, the slow erosion of everything normal in exchange for something that matters but can never be spoken. You chose it. You'd choose it again, even knowing the cost.